not mine. It's Lando's.
What's up everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode on ScootSuperNews on the ScootSuperCars channel. This is a series where I go into a lot of detail about the facts and figures about the hypercars I've seen around the world. And in this episode we focus on Lando Norris's full car collection, which is mainly the high-end stuff like his most recent purchase. Now a lot of his collection live in Monaco, but there's still a few dotted around the UK like this particular one. So without further ado, let's get right into his collection and let's start with his brand new hypercar purchase. On Thursday, I got sent this photo. It was the first time ever I'd seen pictures of this new McLaren P1. Later on, finding out they were screenshots from the Sky Sports F1 as Martin Brundle was having a good look around Lando Norris's latest addition to his hypercar collection and giving it away with the number plate 444LN. Quite cool for Lando Norris. Now, Lando was testing McLaren's brand new MCL 39 Formula 1 car at Silverstone, which was the first time that had hit the track just before the 2025 season starts. Turning up to work in a McLaren P1, a price tag of £2 million, and then jumping in your brand new Formula 1 car that you'll be racing this season. What a way to start the year. Let's just forget though about the F40 incident he had the other month. Now, I have found out this particular McLaren P1 is chassis 347, which now has a full carbon fibre body, but like myself and a lot of London car spotters, you'll probably recognise what this car used to look like a few years back. It was yellow and wearing the number plate 7YO. It was a regular hypercar, always driving around the streets of Knightsbridge and Mayfair. Using Exclusive Car Registry, this is the website where I get all my information, details and facts about these cars. It started its life in London. I've seen this car on the streets of London before, but then it went up for sale to Rome's International and then again up for sale with McLaren London. It was also displayed at the 2018 Retromobile, which was on the Richard Mille stand, before leaving the country and ending up in Poland in 2020 and then being sold in 2023 before moving to another owner out there, getting sold in May 2023 for 1.3 million. It was then lastly spotted at the McLaren Munich services before heading back to the UK, and in that particular time, which was 2024, I presume Lando Norris would have paid a visit to MSO. I mean, that is literally like his second home, and would have added the full carbon fibre body to his P1. Now, this isn't the only MSO car he's got, but later on in the video when I explain his full collection, you'll see another very special car he's got. So this has only happened in the last few days. I only presume he's recently purchased it, as it's the first time he's ever been seen out in it. The next day after Silverstone, he was driving the streets of Knightsbridge. It's quite funny how this car used to be spotted in Knightsbridge 5 years ago, and 5 years later is now owned by one of the best Formula 1 drivers in the world, and he was spotted Friday morning having a morning cruise. But I'm sure you all want to know, what other cars does he own? So his other MSO car, it is the 765 LT Spider. This is chassis 404, a complete bespoke build just for Lando Norris himself, which he had to wait 18 months to receive the car. I mean, I thought Formula 1 drivers maybe would get priority in the production line, but clearly not. Lando Norris has still had to wait 2 years to receive this car. And like the McLaren P1, this car is also full carbon fibre, but this time in blue. He's got fluorescent yellow brake calipers to match his helmet at the time of spec in the car, and also the British flag inside the door with 4 stripes, as he's the number 4 in F1. On the steering wheel, he has a centre stripe and again 4 yellow lines. And on the wheel, the carbon goes from dark blue to dark faded carbon. The Lando Norris logo is also engraved into the headrest, and the plaque also says exclusively commissioned for Lando Norris by MSO. And I love this edition. He's got Zach Brown and other McLaren employees' signatures on the inside of the bonnet. And this car lives in Monaco. He has been spotted driving around quite a bit. It looks amazing in the sunlight, as you can imagine, a full carbon car. He's been seen cruising around the casino square and also going to restaurants at night time. Hopefully one day I get to see this car. Next up we have the Porsche Carrera GT. This is chassis 139, number 492 out of the 1,270 made. This was originally delivered to Monaco back in 2005, and it was also displayed at the 2016 Retromobile before being sold at HYPERCAR back in 2024, but now repainted in XP green, which of course is a McLaren colour. Quite the change from black to green, but how good does it look? Normally when you see a Carrera GT, it's either silver or black, but to see one in this particular green looks incredible. Next up we have his McLaren Senna, number 71 out of the 500 made, finished in black Cosmo. Now unfortunately there's not much about this car apart from it was seen a few times in London at events such as Goodwood Breakfast and other meets, but it was also wrapped by Yanamites. I do believe that off the top of my head it had wrapped gold bits on it. I don't know if Yanni also did the tyre writing, which now really works with the McLaren P1, but unfortunately there's not a lot about this car. I do believe he still owns it, but I don't think he's ever been spotted driving it in person. Now the Ferrari F40, we all know he owns this car. If you don't know much about this car, then please check out my other video I made, as it kind of had an accident about 3 weeks ago, as one of the service guys at Ferrari Monaco kind of binned it and wrecked the rear bumper in the Monaco mountains. Not ideal, but if you watch the video I do go into detail and a lot of facts about that car's history, so if you want to check that out just click right here. And lastly we have is Lamborghini Miura, chassis 3504, and this car was actually originally finished in red. It got delivered to Italy, then apparently spent some time in Kuwait before France, and then once again it was up for sale at Joe Macari. Now another trend with this video is a lot of these cars have actually been up for sale at Joe Macari, the UK supercar dealership in London. So any cars you see up for sale at Joe Macari Performance, there's a high chance that it might be owned by Lando Norris one day. Went up for sale with Joe Macari before heading out to Monaco where it is now based. And the colour of this Lamborghini Miura is blue Judy with a beautiful orange interior. So not a bad 6-car garage from Lando Norris. It's so cool to see him purchase a brand new hypercar, and I'm sure there's going to be many more cars coming to his collection very soon. Of course he owns other supercars such as the Ferrari 812 Superfast, Lamborghini Urus, the Chrome Cobra which he did the massive burnout in after F1, he's got a Lamborghini Revuelto, a Jolly, and clearly the collection keeps on growing. But as of now that is the full collection as I know of. If there's any more you know that Lando Norris owns, please leave a comment down below. And without further ado, thank you so much for watching this video. If there's any more F1 drivers you want me to focus on their supercar garages or collections, then again leave a comment down below and hopefully I can see this particular car very soon. Thanks for watching.